Good afternoon and welcome to a special one shot for Philly by Night entitled The Christmas Elysium. Tonight, dear viewers, I would like to take you back in time to a time before John Sexton's reign, before the War for Philadelphia, back to the reign of Prince William Biddle. Things have been tumultuous in Philadelphia. The Sabbat have been a thorn in the court's side for far too long. Hunters have been roaming freely in the streets. It has been a dangerous time in Philadelphia. But through the hard work and dedication of some of the pillar clans of the Camarilla, the streets are once again safe for our kindred to gather for an Elysium. The prince has finally lifted the moratorium on large kindred gatherings and is sending the signal to Philadelphia that it's okay to let our guard down. After all, it's Christmas. I'm going to start off, go around the table. You guys are going to tell me who you are, who you're going to be playing tonight, and where we can find you. So we are going to start with our gangrel emissary.
Hello. My name is Hannah. You can find me usually using Bad Luck Jinx 83, wherever you want to try and find me. I'm playing Betty Black, the gangrel emissary.
We're going to move on to our dapper seneschal.
Right. I am Dapper Zombie everywhere you can find me, which would be these places. And today we are playing Orso Giovanni, the seneschal and also child of Prince Biddle.
We are going to move on to our Malkavian Primogen.
Hello, my name is Nico, and for as long as its TikTok is alive, you can find me at Touch of Goblin, as well as any other socials, but I think that's the only one I currently have. And I will be playing the Malkavian Primogen, the Doctor.
We're going to move on down to our next row and on to our Scourge.
Hi, my name is Shazi. I'm going to be playing Sahira Belladonna, Prince Biddle's Scourge, the lovely little touch of death that follows you everywhere. My IRL name is Shazi, and you can follow me everywhere at Brat Khalifa, also known as Brat.Khalifa. Yeah, whichever.
And lastly, but most certainly not leastly, our wonderful Chancellor Harold.
Hello, I'm Abby. You can find me at Dat Bardic Charm on, like Nico said, for now, while we still have TikTok, and also on the Blue Butterfly app. Blue Sky? I didn't actually know what its name was. Everyone just keeps saying Blue Butterfly.
It's Blue Sky or Blue Ski.
Blue Sky. Either one of those. And I will be playing the Toreador Oswald Gentry, the Chancellor Herald for Prince Biddle.
And as always, I am Einar. You can find me anywhere you'd like at Einar TTRPG. While TikTok is still around, Blue Sky, all of the social medias that I want you to find me on. And tonight I will be Prince William Biddle, along with a slew of other colorful individuals. So, it is a cloudy evening this Christmas Eve. The moon just barely visible through the thick cloud cover. Snow crunches underfoot along with drabbles of ice and rock salt as you all file into Elysium grounds. Normally, Elysium's here in Philly would be held at the Art Museum. It has long been a place that the kindred have gathered for their Elysiums. But tonight, under a little bit of extra caution, we are gathering nearby at the Rodin Museum. The halls are festively decked. There are boughs of winter green, ribbons of red and gold. As you all file in, there is what appears at first to be a large snowdrift, but you realize that this is the dais for Prince William Biddle. And as the court is gathered and individuals are introduced, the prince stands up, raises his hands as though he were a preacher addressing a congregation instead of a prince addressing a city. Friends, we have suffered many trials and travails in the last few years, but tonight I wish you all to enjoy my hospitality and the safety of Elysium. I wish to thank each and every one of you for your parts that you have played in finishing off these ne'er-do-wells and roustabouts in my city. Each and every one of you should enjoy special recompense. There are envelopes that are passed out to certain individuals, favors, boons, exclusive hunting rights, things of that nature. After all, it's Christmas, and everybody is getting some sort of gift. As the pomp and circumstance closes out, Elysium opens up for a bit more socializing. The court has been released to enjoy the evening as they please. You are gathered here in this main hall. There are recreations of Rodin's Thinker, several paintings, sculptures, things like that adorn the walls. But all said and done, it looks like a bog standard Elysium. I will leave the scene to the court.
Not everyone at once.
All right, I was
everyone-
gonna say if no one's
Would all
jumping up here.
you would all still be gathered relatively near the dais, and you're all familiar with one another. You've worked together before.
Is Hannah here?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't see you on the thing, so I didn't know.
No face today.
Okay, no worries. So Sahira is gonna, stand up. I'm assuming that as the Scourge, she probably would have been one that would have gotten an envelope. So she would have been just, she would take one of the envelope, kind of hold it behind her, close to her back, and she would just kind of pat against it as she just would walk around and just kind of peek through her glasses and survey everyone in the crowd. Because even though they rooted out all of the Savat in the town, doesn't mean there aren't traitors lurking about. And she's nothing if not loyal.
Sure.
There's a lot of tooth in that smile.
The doctor, he is taking up a position, just kind of leaning against the wall, very nervous and stressed because this is the first time anyone has ever seen him without his lab coat. And he just looks very anxious about the fact that he's not fully dressed with his lab coat, but he's doing his best to at least hold a sense of I'm still the Primogen to like everyone else.
Speaking of, Doctor,
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and give me a wits and awareness? And yes, you may use your specialty.
I don't like that. Okay. First roll of the night. Let's go.
Yahoo!
I'm curious what the specialty is.
Me too.
5 successes.
This is good enough. You're familiar enough with the court, its comings, its goings. You've been to countless Primogen Council meetings. There are a few faces, for as big a deal as the prince made about tonight, that are missing. Most notably, the Ventru Primogen. Primogen Burke is nowhere to be seen this evening, which is strange considering her clan was the one that worked the hardest to help secure the city, at least to hear her say it. The Nosferatu Primogen was also notably absent, though given his disgrace, it makes more sense that he wouldn't want to show his face around here at the moment. After all, giving bunk information to the prince about some harebrained scheme, only to find out that it was nothing more than rumors and speculation. Not good for the prince's spy master.
Hmm.
The Tremere Primogen is also notably absent, but Lynch was always a strange bird, and, well, it stands to reason that if rumors are true, if Burke's not here tonight, that's probably why Lynch isn't here tonight either.
With this information, just kind of taking note of that, he'll go like to the seneschal, give a nod. Seneschal, have you seen the Ventru Primogen? Have you seen Burke around?
No, if not, odd that one is usually, well, not going to look down on a chance to take center stage, as it were.
That is true, especially with the other two that also seem to be missing, Lynch and Ripjaw, as it were.
Yes, those make sense.
To an extent. I'm noticing a pattern here. If all of them are missing, is there something that we're missing?
Well, if Primogen Burke has decided not to show, then that will explain why Primogen Lynch is not here. And I can't say for a fact if our Nos Primogen is here or not. It's sometimes questionable.
That is true. Ripjaw can be heard in most rooms or not.
Most of the time, he is pretty good at that sort of business, but we will see.
It is quite odd. I mean, Burke would want to be walking around, head held high, letting us know exactly what type of woman she is.
Yes, how much that they did for the city and us during our times of trouble, yes.
And to personally accept a letter or an envelope from our prince.
Perhaps.
Is the whip here? The Ventru whip?
None of the whips of the missing Primogen have arrived either.
No
It is-
representation.
Well, it is still early. We'll see how it goes.
Is that conversation happening publicly? Like, is it loud enough for people to?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not trying to keep anything a secret. We're just
Yeah, this strikes me as like water cooler talk.
Oh yeah, this is
Okay.
Yeah.
this initial has posted up somewhere after he checked his familis with the coat check, and
That's what I figured.
you don't have the dog walk around with you.
Yeah.
It's
True.
close by.
I'd imagine as Zahira's looking around, she would immediately zero in on the doctor, like looking very nervous, which in her mind she'd being suspicious. She would kind of just mosey on over. You could feel the click of her heel or of her boots as she's coming. She's she's got that like you can see her pants kind of flow by and the click of her boots, like something's not quite adding up, or you can probably hear her chains that are like around her neck going as well. And she just strolls up right next to the doctor, right in his personal bubble, as she goes, "Why do you look so nervous, doctor?"
Oh, I seem to have misplaced my lab coat. Can't go anywhere without it, and bad things happen when I'm not wearing my lab coat. So don't know where it is, and I need it, or else Philadelphia will fall.
Completely cutting off the doctor, Betty just waltzes up, and her big, like I would say huge, Great Dane, just all sleek and black, just butts in between you guys, tail wagging, just all cuddling up between everybody in this little pile of people. And Betty walks up and just puts a hand on the doctor's shoulder and is like, "Oh my, you look dashing tonight."
Thank you. You also look quite lovely.
Thank you.
Betty.
So and she twirls in this green emerald dress, 1920s floor length thing with sparkles everywhere. She's just very proud of this thing, and she just chuckles and just
Yeah, the doctor is now nervous for different reasons. Two very pretty women are now in his personal space, and he's like, ah!
Not just in his personal space, perceiving him.
Correct. He's like,
And without your lab coat, it's like I might as well be naked.
exactly. I'm so vulnerable right now. Who knows what might happen?
Oh,
Oh, Billy will ball.
Feeding right into this Malkavian delusion.
Oh my god.
So, what is our dear Chancellor Harold up to?
Lord Chancellor Harold, he has just kind of been listening, and like when he got his envelope, he made like a big show of it. Like, my prince, you're such a kind-hearted prince. You take such good care of us. Amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And like just a lot of sort of pageantry with his gratitude. He'll actually open up his envelope to see what's inside.
You, for your assistance, your service to the city, you have been granted exclusive domain on the waterfront.
Oh, I've always wanted beachfront property.
There is a large stand of luxury condominiums that has been, along with several businesses in the area along Columbus Drive, have been granted to you as domain.
Oh goodness. Oh yeah, he'll see that, and it's just going to be a lot of like kind of pomp and circumstance gratitude for the prince, until they just kind of making a fun little show of everything for everybody. Kind of be like the center of attention, right?
Yeah, no, Sahira sees Oswald, and like she makes pointed direct eye contact with him, gives him just the nastiest glare, and just purposefully tries to ignore him.
Oh, during that moment of eye contact, he will just a shit-eating grin, and just before she turns away.
Yeah, she's just gonna like, that's gonna make her sick, and she's gonna turn back to her conversation with the doctor, because are you really so afraid? Are you so nervous because of a lab coat? Are you sure? That's it?
I'm absolutely positive that if I do not have my lab coat, everything that could go wrong will go wrong.
Oh, sweetie, it's a party night. We should have fun. Won't you come dance with me?
Yeah, sure, I'll dance. Yeah, I know how to
Um,
dance.
We should all come Come on, we should all go dancing, shouldn't we?
Doctor, can you please give me a composure and resolve? For no reason other than it will amuse me.
You got it.
As that conversation, I think the seneschal is going to step away. It's like, Doctor, I will leave you in these capable hands, and will step away.
Doctor's like, no,
Oh,
come back.
Seneschal,
Don't leave me.
come on.
Don't
No.
leave me here.
Duty calls.
It's okay. I don't bite.
Well, I've seen you bite. I know you bite. You
A
can't
lot
tell
of
me you don't
people.
bite.
I'm lying.
Doctor, you are having a real hard time keeping a lid on it. So, while there is not going to be any mechanical punishment for this, you are going to be extra clumsy while you're dancing because all you can think of is my lab coat, but my lab coat, and also two very attractive women taking acute notice of me, and now one wants me to dance.
And the seneschal has walked away and left me alone.
And the seneschal's just like, have fun with that, kid.
Yeah, I got to go see a man about a ghost.
The Chancellor actually would walk up to all of this, notice, like after Shahira had turned, like there's something going on over here. Here's something about let's go dancing. And he is going to just very loud, what a wonderful idea. That's a fabulous idea. And will take Shahira's hand and just pull her onto the dance floor. He has not asked permission. He's not asking if she wants to. He's just gonna pull her onto the dance floor.
Yeah, the doctor mouths thank you to him. He's also being taken to dance.
Just sashay away with
So,
the scourge.
while the four of you are dancing, or so, where is it that you're peeling off to?
Mostly he is stepping aside to have a conversation with the specter that he has.
Okay.
Mostly to set it to what, with this many people missing, it's a go keep an eye out and watch for that. Since we've got that very handy specter to do some bidding for me, I might as well put it to use. So
yeah, the specter is going to kind of float off and conduct a kind of perimeter check, keeping its spectral eyes open for any potential issues.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's setting up. And then we'll come back to watch this chaos unfold, because that's entertaining.
Look, a Malkavian prevision is always going to bring entertainment, one way or another.
So we have the Malkavian Primogen and Emissary Black dancing. We have the Scourge and the Chancellor Herald dancing. Shahira, how are you feeling about being dragged onto the dance floor by this very smarmy, smug Rose?
Despite all of her rage, she is just a scourge in a cage. She is normally out on the streets just doing her job with Prince Biddle, and she is nothing if not loyal. She likes it. She likes her job. It's comfy. She gets perks for it. And she does not like Oswald in any form or fashion. So as she's dancing with him, she's not going to be rude. It would be unbecoming, especially in Elysium. So she just begrudgingly is dancing with him, but as they get closer, she's going to lean in and go, I thought when we met last time, I told you that I would never see your face. I would never want to see your face again. And if I did, I would cut your tongue out. You decide Elysium is the place of all to reunite?
He's just going to be holding her very gently. He's not trying to make a move and just go, "Oh, I well, you see, I just know I know you better than that. I thought that was just foreplay talk." And he'll wink at her.
It'll be foreplay when I have my dagger in your sternum.
Hmm, kinky.
You were always a weird one.
And you're not. You can't tell me that you're not happy to see me after everything we've been through together.
Oh, darling, there are many things that I'm feeling, especially when I saw your face. Excited, happy, missing you are not on that list.
Oh, you you break my heart. Oh
What
wait, that
people?
was me breaking yours.
So we're going to pause on that note, and we are going to pivot over to our other two dancers. Is there any conversation you two are having?
Well, Betty is obviously leading this.
Yes.
Her dog is just somewhere, having fun, I guess. She pulls the doctor a little bit away from the others, a little bit away from the crowd of dancers, so like they have a little bit of space. And she puts her hands on his shoulders and is very doing her very feminine thing, looking charming and stuff, and it gets very, very close. They're swaying, they're dancing, albeit a little bit clumsily. And she leans in. So, what are you so nervous about? Don't tell me that I'm good.
It is unfortunately, look, if I don't have my lab coat, then Philadelphia is not safe. I have these rituals, and the ritual includes the lab coat, and if there's no lab coat, then
Doctor, dear doctor. It's not just the lab coat, is it?
I mean,
If you'd like to insight check him, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, yes, please. Holy shit. I need to find out how to play this game again.
how
Wait.
dare
It's-
Betty?
It's a wits or
It's wits and
insight, right? Yeah. All right. I know how to play this game.
How dare Betty rip him out of the cobweb for just a moment to ask any question?
Listen, Betty gets what Betty
And
wants.
Doctor, are you masking at all? Like at all?
If we're not near, like, if it's just the two of us, not really. But if there's like people who, like, younger kindred, then yes.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a composure and subterfuge.
Okay. Four successes.
Okay.
Only 3.
All right. So yeah, it seems like the lab coat is really the big sticking point for the doctor. He is nervous that he does not have his special lab coat. I almost called it a blankie.
It is. It's a security blankie. It's his emotional support blankie.
The science wubby.
Science will be. Yes. Very much the science will be.
Betty will just smile a little bit, and then she will just caress his cheek and say, "Oh, darling, why didn't you just bring it? There's no shame to that."
I mean, I usually tend to bring it. I couldn't find it this morning. I guess I misplaced it during the last meeting.
Doesn't
I
seem
can't
like
remember
you.
where I put it. That's why I'm concerned. It
Rightly
doesn't
so.
seem like me.
No.
I also have been noticing a distinct lack of certain individuals here tonight. And it could be chalked up to just busyness. But with what
Okay.
the Nosferatu Primogen has mentioned in the past, it does make things suspicious.
Right. Is that what you were talking to the Seneschal about?
Yes, it seems that the Ventru, despite them wanting to take most of the glory, I wouldn't say all, especially in the presence of everyone else, but most of the glory is they're not here, and neither is the Tremere Primogen or the Nosferatu Primogen. As we know, he might be here. We just can't see him, but
He could definitely be around still, but the lack of the two others. Well,
it's just
never did
odd.
like them anyway.
It's odd, and I'm noticing a pattern of, especially with what Ripdrop brought, even though it was completely debunked, it does bring stuff into question about how debunked it truly could have been.
Oh no, it was. I'm going to let you guys know the evidence that was presented to you was incontrovertible. Like it was thoroughly debunked.
Yeah,
Like he was effectively out there showing his whole ass.
gotcha.
And is now like the laughing stock of the court for that.
Gotcha.
Well,
It's just interesting.
It is interesting. And you know what? With a brilliant mind as yours, it makes me concerned that you're concerned. And I think this is definitely something we should be curious about.
With that, I think the doctor, Betty has seen him do this before. He just kind of disassociates a little bit as he's trying to listen to specific voices in the web to see if maybe there's any word about any weird stuff that might have gone on outside of the Elysium, just to see if maybe there's any connection.
Go ahead. Oh, geez. Yeah, go ahead and give me a. We'll call it composure and awareness.
Okay, can I add my specialty?
Yes, you can. To see if there are
Yay.
any voices on the web that are out of place, seem to know something.
Gotcha. Can I blood surge?
You know what? I'll allow it.
Cool. All right. 8 dice. Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna use willpower because that's stupid.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, 4 successes, and let me see if I get hungrier. And I get hungrier.
A very good use of willpower there.
Yeah.
You reach out into the web and you listen. You hear the standard orchestra of voices that you would hear on any given night. From other individuals commenting on Elysium to thin strains of the Muffin Man, Black Betty. It is a standard night on the Cobweb, and I hesitate to say normal because it's the Cobweb, but there is just the standard cacophony of voices on the web that are no different than any other night that you've tapped in.
Okay.
There is definitely someone trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
That damn Malkavian that just came into the city, still asking me about my car. But he tunes back in to Betty. Well, there's no use in worrying about it for the next 2 minutes while this song plays, so we might as well enjoy this dance while we still can.
That is a wonderful idea, but I just saw someone over there. See you later. And then she just twirls around and leaves. And
the doctor is standing man emoji, just like, what?
Just T-posed.
And she, out of the corner of her eye, she noticed her dog in a corner and just like beeline for him. Just sitting like a good boy. Watching.
Just kind of abandoned on the dance floor for the dog.
Yeah.
And she will go up to the dog. I'm so sorry, doctor. She will go up to the dog and just, oh, you're such a good boy. Yes, you are. And whisper in his ear to keep an ear out and just mingle and listen to people's conversations.
So, once you draw attention to your Famulus, you are gently reminded by the Keeper of Elysium, who taps on your shoulder and lets you know that Famulus, like ghouls, are not typically welcome within Elysium. And that if you could please escort your friend to the Famulus check.
To doggy daycare?
Yeah, it's for the
yes.
For the Seneschal, he checked his with the coat check.
She turns around and then she just looks at him. Biggest puppy eyes. And it's like, but I really cannot just leave him there. Please.
Rules are
He will
rules.
stay by my side, I promise.
You know what? Go ahead and give me a manipulation and etiquette.
Okay.
Man, so much effort for an animal.
He's just a little puppy.
Maybe we could say that about
He is
two of
not
our
a
court
little guy.
members.
He is a very large boy.
He is a very large
Very
man.
large boy. he's a big boy. I had 3 dice and I got 3 successes.
Okay.
That's a lot of dice for Elmo.
The Keeper looks at you, looks at your Famulus, and it is clear from the look on his face that he is unmoved. Rules are rules, emissary. If you do not escort your Famulus, I will.
That makes me very upset at you. And then she just wanders. She just does this like like Diva like turns and just walks off with her dog and puts him in the puppy corner or whatever.
There is an area that has been dedicated just outside of the grand hall. That is an area that just seems to have a bunch of animals hanging out in it.
Grim, at the very least, try to get something out of those. And then she just pats his head and leaves.
And the dog just mopes. But on your way back to the Grand Hall, can you go ahead and give me a wits and awareness, please? If you have heightened senses, you can add that.
He's just a little guy, I say, as the Great Dane comes to hear on the doctor.
4 successes with a crit.
What's that?
4 successes with a crit.
Okay, 4 successes with a crit. You
And I don't have I don't have that.
That's fine. You happen to catch out of the corner of your eye what looked to be 2 janitors pushing a cart through the halls, chatting with each other, but they are kind of real close together, hunched over the cart, and it seems as though they are engaged in a spirited back and forth.
I see.
We're going to momentarily move back into the dance because I left y'all hanging on some really tasty tea. So we are going to move back into Shahira and Oswald. And how's the dance going, gang?
I don't know about Oswald, but Zahira still hates it, and hates it just a little bit more. There's a tinge of embarrassment.
Oswald's having a great time.
He was always the more sadistic type, wasn't he?
I recall that you seemed to like it.
It was a back and forth, an equal exchange, if I recall.
You're right. It was, until it wasn't. I know that you've got a bit of a grudge for that. Would it help if I said I was sorry?
I think it would help if you were, I don't know, Ash. So we didn't have to see you anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear. You want to see my ass? Sweetheart, we just started talking again.
Oh, I've seen that thing torn apart to pieces. That did bring some joy. Maybe I could see that again.
Oh, I always did like that little feistiness about you. What's got you so uptight tonight? It's a Christmas party.
Oh, what can I say? Duty never rests. Who knows? There may be a traitor lurking about. And after all the hard work that we've done, right?
Exactly. So much hard work, and we all deserve a chance to take a break. And he's going to spin her around and do a dip.
Her heels don't have the type of support that she'd need. She's more used to her boots. So, unfortunately, despite her hating every bit of it, she'd hold on to him throughout the dip.
Can I get a dexterity and performance from both of you, please?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. Let me find the chat that I'm rolling in.
Dang it. Why you gotta make me like...
The other reason Orso avoided the dance floor, that missing column of dots on his character sheet. Turns out dancing is involved in that one.
You said dexterity and athletics?
Performance.
Performance. Oh. That's not a big dice roll for Elmo.
That is also a line that has no dots on it for Orso.
Oh.
Same.
Got 3 successes.
Okay.
Yeah, ooh. She's not good at blood surge for that.
Look, the two of them, they're trying their best. And that's what matters.
Ooh, they're trying each other's patience, but they are trying.
Definitely each other's patience. Hunger 1, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Let's see. And no, I don't have any specialties. Ooh,
What it's worth, it's very entertaining for Orso.
2 successes.
Okay. Well, thankfully, your dancing partner has a little bit more style and grace. You're wobbly on your heels. It drives you into a low dip, and you clutch to Oswald, who seems to hold you effortlessly through the dip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hold her there for a second before bringing her back up.
Yeah, so
You
she's
know,
gonna.
kind of show off the fact that he held on to her.
Of course he would. Oh, of course he
Of course he
would.
would.
He could have just let her go, but he didn't.
could've.
And I think that ought to count for something.
It should. I feel like it really should.
Oh, despite all her rage. Yeah, she's
And-
gonna.
Oh, you go for it.
No, go ahead.
As he would bring her back up from the dip, he would say, "Don't worry, I wouldn't let my number 1 angel fall."
She is going to pull her hands up between their chests and push him away with all the power that she can muster. Which, I mean, considering her physical stats are much stronger than anything else, just quickly and just with that sharp snap, push him away to like disengage his arms. And she is going to turn on her heels. She's, no, I am not your number 1 angel. And
Because
she's
I
gonna-
chose for you not to be anymore, and he just will walk away.
And with that, we are going to pivot over to our seneschal. Orso, you have been just sipping tea all night.
Oh, alert the press. The girls are fighting. Oh, he's enjoying every moment of this.
This is probably the most delicious, succulent even tea that you have had in a while. This is why we love Elysiums. But your spirit comes back to you and tells you that there wasn't anything of note around the perimeter. The only thing that did seem of any kind of anything that was truly noteworthy is that the flower vans that delivered all of the centerpieces and all of that are still parked outside of Elysium. But other than that, there's nobody lurking, nobody's arrived late. Everything is still as it should be.
Well, it's good to know. We'll just instruct the Spectre to keep an eye on things, because that's what it's here for. It's not happy about it. It would like to do lots of violence to him, but for the moment it can't. And Orso would go to talk to, because Keeper of Elysium would have been who set up all the decoration and organized all of that.
Correct.
So would definitely want to swing by, find them to just see if that is usual, because Orso doesn't pay too much attention to that. That's more job for the help, as it were.
So, let's see here. You are able to locate the keeper of Elysium, one Edgar Winter, who is just, mingling through the outskirts of the crowd. You catch him sipping a flute of vitae while he pauses from his usual rounds. And as he sees you approach, he dips his head. Seneschal?
Oh, Keeper, it is lovely what you've done for everything tonight.
Well, I followed his grace's exacting specifications. He wanted it to feel like an old-time Christmas ball.
Well, I think you have succeeded wonderfully. This is a question because I'm out of my area of expertise on these things. Do the florists normally stay for the whole event?
He has a confused look on his face. No, they typically drop everything off and then we dispose of what's left after the event.
Their vans are still here.
I appreciate that. I'll look into it.
Thank you.
And he turns, snaps his fingers twice, and is joined by a small contingent of Elysium guards.
He will leave that to them and will go off to continue watching his soaps as it is proceeding, because that's what he lives for.
So, Doctor,
Yeah.
you have already been through it tonight.
Yeah.
So what's the doctor up to right now? Is he going to go get some air? Is he hanging off on the periphery of the dance floor? Is he looking for another dance partner?
No. He sees that the Seneschal's soaps are on. So he's like, you know what? They're having fun. I'm going to go step outside and have some air. And he will go ahead and take his way out, making sure that his right foot exits before the rest of his body. And then he just kind of takes a moment to take in the night air. Just kind of trying to figure out where he last left the lab coat and why he couldn't find it in that location.
Okay. So I'm going to make you make 2 rolls.
Okay. Uh-oh.
One is a wits and intelligence, because the memory mechanic is ever so much fun.
Okay. Wits and intelligence is a interesting pool for Elmo.
Oh, buddy.
We got to stop inviting Elmo to these things. He's way too young.
I don't have much willpower, and I want to save it for later on, so I'm just going to keep it.
Okay. As you are thinking about your lab coat, your mind begins to drift. It begins to wander ever deeper into the cobweb. Because, well, this is the same as your mind, right? Right? Yeah. No, we are absolutely still in our mind palace.
Yeah.
And you hear off in the distant, deeper recesses of the web, this faint voice. It is pastel pink and tastes like cotton candy. Highway to the danger zone.
Uh-oh.
As it fades back out again.
Uh-oh.
leaving you with the lightest dusting of glitter at the edges of your vision as you kind of slide back into reality. Now, I would like for you to give me a wits and awareness without your specialty.
Uh-oh. Okay. Six successes with a crit.
Okay. While you can't quite tell if the edges of your vision actually have glitter in them or not, you notice two men in coveralls. They are carrying between them what looks to be a large pelican case. This is a 4 foot tall by 5 foot wide by 4 foot deep black rigid plastic case that they are carrying between them into one of the rear entrances of Elysium.
Have they noticed the doctor yet?
It does not seem that they have.
Seeing this, he's gonna pop obfuscate.
Okay.
Just cloak of shadows. He's not moving. Just to disappear.
Okay.
And he's going to wait for them to like enter before he drops the obfuscate, and then he's gonna alert the seneschal as well as the scourge.
Okay. So the two men enter the rear entrance. They seem to be greeted, as you're watching, they seem to be greeted by Elysium guards and ushered in through the back entrance of Elysium. And from there, they disappear. The door shuts, and now they're not there anymore.
Okay. Now that they're not there, he, like I said, he drops the obfuscate. And based on like the container that it was holding, like that they were having, I don't like that face. What?
It's fine, don't worry about it.
What could possibly, like, does it look like it was?
A lot of times audio equipment is carried around in cases like that. These are kind of industrial, any number of things could be in there. Sensitive electronics, anything that you want to carry around and keep protected from like jostling, impacts, things like that.
Audio, you said?
You've seen it used in, you've definitely seen like audio hookups and things like that, PAs.
Oh, he's not a fan of that because he was not to his understanding that there was no need for any of this equipment. So he's going to actually he's not going to find the seneschal and scourge. He's going to find the keeper.
Okay. It just so happens to be that you see the keeper walking out of the front entrance of the Rodin Museum with a small contingent of Elysium guards. There's 4 men with him, and he is walking over to a group of vans. There are 4 different vans there that all bear they all look like they're from the same florist. Likely the florist that dropped off all of the centerpieces and sprays and all of that for the decorating.
Gotcha. He'll just walk up and just nod to the keeper. Good evening.
The keeper looks over at you, orders the men to stop. Primogen, what is it that I can do for you?
Did we have... Is there planned entertainment this evening that would require sound equipment?
The keeper looks at you. Sound equipment. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I had anything planned for the evening, but there is live entertainment. There's the band that's been playing for everyone to dance to, but other than that, should be no need for any extra audio equipment.
Now, I did see two men entering through the back with a container that is usually used for sound equipment, so I was wondering, and as someone who is well versed in the power of how voice can be used, having sound equipment, just found it odd, and I just wanted to let you know in case there was anything that was not planned.
Edgar waves his hand. I'm sure it's nothing. After all, perhaps it's simply the band bringing in spares from their van. I don't think it's anything to worry about. No, fortunately, if you'll excuse me, I do have other things that I need to tend to.
Of course.
Please, Primogen, go back inside. Enjoy Elysium.
Of course. And he'll nod his head. And then he's going to walk towards the back entrance.
Okay. So, while that is all occurring, we are going to pivot back inside. Shahira, you've broken off your dance with Oswald, that smarmy son of a bitch. Oh, how dare he? How dare he try to make a mockery of... He did. He made a fool of you on the dance floor. What do you intend to do about it?
Keep an eye on him, because if he's doing anything suspicious, I want to be the first one to know about it, because I want to be the one to stick my many knives in his back, his spine, his torso, his neck, everywhere.
Kinky.
If there's a place I can put a knife, I'll put it there many times. But right now, she just wants to get as far away from him as she can. So she's going to leave the dance floor and get some air, as it were. Just getting away. He's gonna probably be just around the dance floor, because surely who's not gonna want to chat with that smarmy son of a bitch? And people don't really necessarily like her, nor does she want them to. So she's gonna go out, kind of get some air, as it were, and just disengage for a second.
Okay. So you are disengaging. You are kind of cloistering off to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Oswald, you had a lovely dance with your angel.
Mm-hmm.
And how dare she be so ungrateful for your time, your attention, keeping her upright?
Mm-hmm. But honestly, it's okay. It's just girls being girls. They're just so emotional like that. It hurt me to say too, okay?
After all, as a as another Ventrue member of the as a Ventrue member of the city, months and months and months from now, will say, "You know how women can be."
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
See, that
Eh.
Ventrue and I, like, we would understand each other in that regard. You know how women get.
Unheard was the banging of me on my coffee or on my desk.
So, are you leaving the dance floor? Are you looking for another dance partner? There's certainly a few eyes on you.
Oh, he would greet those eyes, just look around like, did you enjoy the tea? Did you enjoy that little performance there? How are all of you tonight? And now he's going into kind of harpy mode and try and like discover some secrets of the town, hoping that that little performance would have made people like, kind of bring their own walls down and get into kind of like a gossipy mood.
There is. So, why don't you go ahead, since we're actively listening to the crowd and seeing what we can see? Let me just peek at your sheet. Go ahead and give me a resolve and insight.
Okay. That is 4 successes.
Okay. You hear the thin strains of various rumors flying around the city. One of the things that has started to really pick up speed is that two individuals who are normally very intent on making their presence known, not present tonight. The Ventrue Primogen Lydia Burke and the Tremere Primogen Lynch, Shane Lynch. But, well, if rumors can be believed, those two have been canoodling for quite some time, so it makes sense that they might want to spend Christmas
Aww.
in the Haven. A little bit more intimate setting.
You're gonna actually kind of just talk about that with people. Like, have you noticed a certain couple of people aren't here tonight? What do you think they're up to? Ooh, what might they be getting into? Each other?
And that seems to be the overarching theme of the rumors that you're hearing tonight is like, oh, what are they getting into? Likely each other. Because while they have tried to hide this romance, this dalliance from the court, it's become one of the largest open secrets in the city. After all, when a Ventrue and a Tremere shack up and put aside old enmities, it's certain to grab a few ears and a few eyes. But you also hear a couple of folks talking about the Malkavian Primogen and how the gentleman seems a little bit more off tonight than usual. You hear about something about the seneschal speaking with the keeper before the keeper went outside with a small group of guards. There is just various murmurings throughout the evening. And all the while, sitting atop the snowdrift on his winter throne is Prince Biddle, who, well, bless him, he is a bit touched these nights. So he seems to be just merrily clapping along in time to the music and watching everyone dance. And he just seems very distant this evening. Like he is mentally somewhere else.
He's actually going to go and check on our beloved prince.
Okay. So you approach Prince Biddle, and he is smiling, clapping, having a good time. You see his feet shuffling about beneath him, and he looks up at you. Chancellor Harold, yes, are we having a good night? Is this this is a good party, isn't it?
It's a lovely party, my prince. Are you enjoying yourself?
I am enjoying myself so much. It reminds me of winter balls from time long past. I would very much like to go back to those days.
They sound delightful. You look like a happy little Christmas elf tonight. Or would you rather be Santa? Who would you like to be tonight, my beloved prince?
The smile returns, and he looks up at you before glancing back over the assembled crowd. Should very much like to be the man that I was. After the war, once the colonials took charge, we had such magnificent balls then.
Well, let's relive those glory days.
And he just kind of gives you a uh-huh. There have been rumors swirling that the prince may potentially be succumbing to that dreaded beckoning, and his attempts to fight off that call to the east has affected his mind greatly. But I would like everybody, real quick, to give me a wits and awareness check, please.
Blood surge or no?
No blood surge.
Specialty or no?
Not for this one.
Cool.
No, you get nothing.
Look,
Heightened
it's
senses, though.
Yes.
it's scarier when I don't have that specialty. It means I gotta perceive.
So, guys,
Is this a Hey, is this a rolling success or should I re-roll those?
This is a
buddy.
this is a sliding scale.
Okay.
Thankfully, those two bestials mean nothing on this one. Because I'm the storyteller and I get to decide what we do. We are going to ignore those bestials. But
Buddy.
the difficulty is low.
Okay.
So we've got one, we've got three.
So it's 4 and it's messy.
Oh boy. Oh, this is
just 3 for me. I'm being attacked by my own familius, though. So
and
out of
Shazi?
here.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. So we are going to start with our 1 successes. You hear what sounds like a muffled bang and feel the floor beneath you shake. Our 3 successes. You see through the windows a large flash of light accompanied by a thunderous boom, and the floor beneath you begins to shake.
God. Quick question.
Uh-huh.
I'm outside going in.
Uh-huh. Oh, you're outside.
Yeah, because I was
That's
going
right.
back in. You cut me before I went back in.
I was like, I was
So-
going outside.
Oh no!
You both not only see the bright flash of light and feel the heat, but there is a deafening explosion from one of the florist vans that wipes out the line of florist vans, and coincidentally, the keeper of Elysium and the guards that he had with him.
Useless ass ghost. You told me about the vans, not the bombs.
Think that, chuckle nuts.
Yeah. The doctor's like opening the door. Here's the bang, turns around, and is like shutting the door once more.
Thanks, you open the door and I get
Oswald, you notice several bright flashes of light within the crowd of people as bodies begin to turn to ash.
Interesting.
This seems to shake the prince out of his kind of dreamy, bleary state. And he jumps up to his feet. Oswald, for your messy,
I wondered about that.
we are going to hit you with the no. See, my first initial reaction is let's hit him with a little bit of paranoia. But no. We are going to hit you with the harm compulsion.
Okay. Okay, I see you.
And the prince is right there.
Is it like in general, or is it like targeted on something in particular?
It is in general. You have the sudden and overwhelming urge for violence.
Okay.
Nico,
Yeah.
given your baseline slight contact with the web,
Yeah.
you hear a voice again. And it is that same pastel pink cotton candy voice. And I just got to pull something up right now.
It's just the singing of let the bodies hit the floor.
You hear, the door was open and the wind appeared. The candles blew and then disappeared. The curtains flew and then he appeared, saying, "Don't be afraid." It is a line from the famous song, "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Okay. Is this it? Did I? So much is happening. When I opened the door and then I saw the boom behind me and I saw the ash of many individuals, is the scourge like in the doorway, or is she leaving in a different way?
I assume the Scourge was taking a different exit
Okay.
from the Ronan Museum.
Okay.
Because you're going through like the back, like the fire exit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shahira, are you going out the main entrance, a side entrance?
It was going to be the closest entrance.
So it's one of the side entrances. And as you open the door and walk out, you see the blast, feel the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And now bits of metal and ash are raining down on the area.
Well, the doctor is at least running in to find the seneschal and is just yelling, "I was right! I don't have my lab coat! I was right!" Full Malkavian mental break, just like, I gotta find him!
Are there any kindred in the area? Are there any obviously guilty party? Are there people looking like they're trying to get away?
There are kindred inside, but you can see. Give me another wits and awareness, please.
Okay. Blood surge.
I'll allow it for this one.
Okay. Let me just 1 second. Discord is super kind. Okay. And blood surge is 2. Okay. There we go. That is, I'm going to spend a willpower and re-roll those.
All right.
4 successes.
Four successes, you say?
4 successes.
You see a group of 4 individuals who are now running up toward the Elysium building. They are wearing black BDUs, black balaclavas. They seem to have rifles in their hands. They are making their way towards the Elysium. They do not look like ours.
They don't look like party guests. And considering we just had bombs of some kind, did they look like truck bombs? Like, could I surmise they were truck bombs?
Yep.
Okay.
These look like your standard like diesel and fertilizer like truck bombs.
All right. Good enough for me. Oh boy.
The smell of amphro in the morning.
Here I go. This is gonna be fun. I'm going to run after them.
Yeah, they're running toward you.
Oh, perfect. Do they look like they're trying? Do they notice me as in they're trying to fight me? Because if not, I'm going to try to see if I can incapacitate them, or like try to knock them on their ass.
Oh, they see you. 2 of them raise their rifles and yell, "Blank body, blank body."
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that is a sign that the gloves can come off.
Yeah,
Kill them all.
Oh, they gotta go. They gotta go. Oh, here I go killing again. And I wanted a night off. Well,
All that pent-up rage you had from your dance with Oswald now has a release valve.
Right.
Well, hail.
Well, she's got a dagger. She's got a dagger and throwing knives on her because she's a scourge. Why wouldn't she? She'd never be caught unprepared. And she is going to give me 1 second because I have celerity, so I am going to run up to them. Or not. It's not blankets. Is it lightning
Real quick.
strike?
Oh yeah, if you want to do lightning strike, feel free. Go right ahead. While you are rolling that out, Oswald, yes, you may.
Oh, get your
Oh, you're one of those.
raggedy roach. Okay, got it. I am going to make a rouse check. I need to also keep track of my hunger. Where is it? Sorry. Stay with me. Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna. So, oh, bear with me. She is going to use lightning strike, which is a rouse, one rouse, to run up to them with her dagger, and like just cut into their um. mm, if I incapacitate them, if they can't move, then I can just really do whatever. So we're gonna go for the legs, whether that's the Achilles tendon or like the knees, wherever that they can't move, they can't get away, or their arms, extremities,
Okay.
incapacitated.
So we are going to go with a dexterity and melee. You can add your specialty. The penalty for a called shot is going to be offset by your lightning strike
Okay.
because you effectively have the time. You've made the time.
Okay.
So go ahead and just give me a dexterity and melee with your knife specialty, and
Blood surge.
you've got rapid reflexes, so I'll allow it.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, and we're waiting for that to resolve, 10 on a double crit. Oh yeah, baby.
The hell did I come back to?
What did you do?
It's
Fine.
fine. Everything's fine.
Oswald,
Mm-hmm.
with that glorious roll,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing, buddy?
Okay, so what Oswald is doing is he has activated vicissitude, and he is going to be sort of creating his body to be armor for himself. He has like underneath his clothing currently are almost like scale like it's just things appearing underneath. You can kind of see because it's a see-through shirt. But his chest and back are becoming an armor plating of some kind. And as that is occurring, he's also starting to form these like spikes, these large spikes going down his arm that's long enough that would, if he were to make a fist, it would protrude out on both sides. And they're jagged. They're not pleasant looking. They're not clean.
I'm going to say because of that double crit, this is practically a reflexive action. This just, as quickly as vicissitude can form these things, it is not a slow process for you.
Yeah.
You are able to just manifest this armor plating and these wicked, vicissitude claws.
Because he wants to hurt somebody, and what better way to do that than with the horrible, horrible things that he can turn his body into.
Yet they can't confiscate your body at the door.
They really can't. And at this point, people are just like literally popping off. Like, who gives a shit if I'm vicissituting right now?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like anyone's attention is on the dais right now. It is just you and the prince. Chihira? What did you get?
my hunger increased twice. I'm at 4. I thought the dice hated Nico.
Hey,
Nico, stop touching people's dice. It's bad for everybody.
So
So,
they don't see you coming. They blink and you are on them in a fury of just a whirling dervish of blade.
Oh, look, a solution to your hunger problem.
Right?
You manage to slice through Achilles tendon. You slice through backs of knees, through elbows and wrists. I'm going to need you to make a hunger frenzy check for me because blood is just spraying through the air.
oh, I don't make those very often, believe it or not.
Such a shame for these hunters.
So it is your remaining willpower and 1/3 of your humanity rounded down.
Right, okay. And then, yeah, there's nothing added to that. Let's see. Oh,
And you cannot willpower this roll.
Yeah.
But you don't need hunger dice. So, like...
Oh, I can't. Math is not my strong suit. I just gotta take this calculator. Man, I'm bad at math. Can I count? Yes. Okay. 1/3 of 5 is 2.
1/3 of 5.
Yes.
Okay.
1/3 of 5 is 1.
Is 1.
1. Okay. Whoa. Told you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Welcome to Ancilla.
Okay. It's just okay. Hey, things happen. For success.
So you managed to resist the frenzy. It's good for you. Do you want to eat a guy?
I have to eat a guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
You
don't-
deserve it.
In my house.
With your rapid reflexes, you grab one of the guys and you sink your fangs in. I am going to need that roll a second time.
Kill him.
Be
a part
of the Banu part shows up.
Yep.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Hey, at least they're not a salubri where this is even harder.
Yeah.
No. I'm
Just a normal human.
You hope
Do
so.
it.
You hope so.
We hope it's a normal human.
2
Unless a little
successes.
voice starts talking in your brain.
We got a 2 success.
So you did not beat your second hunger frenzy check. And as the taste of sweet, sweet vitae fills your mouth, you drink and drink and drink. And this man, who was already pretty well slashed up, beats against your chest. He has, in a panic, dropped his rifle. And as his fists pound against your chest, they get lighter and softer until he's ineffectually slapping at any part of you that he can reach before he goes slack in your arms. There is no further blood that comes from this corpse. And he falls to the ground, dead and drained. However, the other 3, while you were taking your time feeding, have turned. They've leveled their rifles, and one of them managed to squeeze off a shot. You are going to be taking 1 superficial health damage as a bullet tears through your shoulder.
Ow.
How rude.
As
I actually got dressed for the evening, and he tears through my tears through my shoulder.
This is why we wear black. It hides the bloodstains.
Yeah.
Yeah, she always wears black. But like this was a nice outfit. She came to
Yeah,
Elysium.
that's why the doctor's wearing brown.
I'm sorry.
He's got his brown pants.
See, this guy got it right. He wore the brown pants.
Can't take you anywhere, Nico. If there is nothing left, what does my hunger go to? Does that really matter? Actually, that fucker tore through my shoulder. Also, all of them had something to do with that bomb. Do we really need to leave them alive?
No, you don't need to leave them alive. Your hunger is now at 0.
Perfect. Well, I guess the sheriff might want to question at least one of them. You know what? Let's play a little game. I can't leave all of you guys alive.
What?
Now, I'm going to hold you off there for just a second.
Okay.
Because we have 2 other individuals that are now in the chaos of Elysium. As UV grenades have gone off, people are starting to ash. There was a large explosion outside.
Right.
So we're going to start with our gangrel emissary. What are you doing?
Well, I imagine she was not very far from where she left Grim. And she had just seen those janitors, and she was about to, like, purposefully, not very purposefully, spill a drink and get their attention when all this happened. So, startled as she is, her reaction is to spin around, whistle, and then go over and just let out all the familises.
Okay. You let out all the family who just kind of scatter in the chaos.
Yeah, and she, of course, gets her dog to stand by her side, kind of protective. He knows what to do. He follows her very closely, follows her every move, and does her every command. And she just gets on high alert and starts making little weapons on her fingers.
Okay.
Which I believe is a rouse check.
That is a rouse check.
Which I succeed.
Okie dokie. Now we're going to move over to our seneschal. Orso, well, Elysium has just officially been attacked. As you look around, you see bodies turning to ash around you. It is chaos incarnate at the moment.
Yeah, so Orso is gave a whistle of his own, and if that door had not been opened by our gangrel emissary, it was not going to exist anymore, because his familis is a wolf. It is not a dog, it is a wolf, and it's coming through the door, because they don't build doors to stop familis that care. And that wolf is going to protect the prince, because that's its job. And Orso is going to turn to the empty air that other people can't see, where the specter is, and tell it to find a body and go for a walk. This is, I've sent my specter to go possess whoever's attacking us and help out. Because that's what specters do.
The specter drifts off and does not get far before it finds a black-clad individual that has made his way into the grand hall, leveling a shotgun at several of the attendees before he just kind of stutters, freezes, and turns to you and gives a big thumbs up.
Ho ho ho! I have a shotgun now.
Looks like we've got a Die Hard situation forming in the Grand Hall.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, we send the specter possessed hunter off to deal with other hunters, and Orso and Enzo, his wolf, are going to go try and protect his sire, who turns out long bond means you are stuck with your sire for a long time, and we are leaning into all of that this is protect the prince. So he's not great at it, but also very
Okay.
sad that his zombies are not here, because these would be very useful time to have a horde of zombies. But
This would be a useful time to have a horde of zombies. But we are going to move over to the doctor. Doctor, what are we doing?
Shit has hit the fan.
The fan is code for my pants.
Correct. As he's running down this hall, what is he seeing? Like, does he see kindred? Who does he see? Death, destruction, disarray?
I mean, yes, there are black-clad figures that seem to be pouring in from side doors, that seem to be popping out of offices and mowing down anyone they come across. You hear the bark of a shotgun, and a neonate just fizzles to ash before you.
All right. He sees that happening, and they're still pouring in through all the entrances. Correct?
Oh yeah.
Trying to make sure that I can do this properly. He's going to the entranceway that is closest to him, that people are coming through.
Uh-huh.
He's going to use, hopefully I pronounced this right, chemistry.
Chemistry?
Yep. And since I'm kind of pairing it with the Fata Morgana to make it a more elaborate kind of hallucination type thing.
Yeah, it would just be Fata Morgana, but yeah.
Basically creating a wall at that doorway so that the hunters think that is no longer an option to enter, to kind of slow them pouring in.
Okay. So go ahead and give me the roll for that.
Okay. Okay, that's manipulation plus obfuscate. Don't worry about what he has or how he got it. We don't.
Now, are you looking for just an audio-visual hallucination, or are you looking for a complete all five senses experience?
Complete all five senses experience.
Okay.
And you said, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I blood surge?
I'll allow it.
Okay. So I now have to do math. Gross. 4, 3, 2. Okay, so that's 9 dice. Seven successes.
Okay. You just beat the difficulty.
And I got hungrier, so now I'm at 3 hunger. But yeah.
Whee! So you are able to create this illusory wall, and you can see, groups peeling off to go to other entrances. We're going to take a moment to rejoin Oswald up on the dais, because you have manifested your armor, your spikes. You see a wolf making haste towards the dais. What would you like to do?
Is it just the wolf running at, like, is the wolf
is-
doing like a he go low and he coming? Like,
Oh Lord, he coming.
is he
He's
by
moving with a
himself?
purpose. It is just the wolf.
Oh dear. I'm sorry, everybody.
Godspeed to the wolf.
I mean, I'm near the prince, and all I see is a wolf coming at me. I've got a harm compulsion, and I'm gonna go for the wolf.
Okay. Are you just lunging at the wolf?
Kind of have like a stance waiting for the wolf to come at me, and like so that I can, once it gets closer, just kind of stab it with my arm spikes. I also hate this, guys.
So it pauses for a moment as it gets close, and it takes a moment to look at you, because it's not attacking you, because you're not attacking the prince.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem like the wolf wants to attack the prince either. And it's this moment of, are we going to fight even though we're on the same side? Like, the wolf has good sense enough not to charge into what could be certain death.
Right. Mm-hmm. Smart wolf.
It also kind of freaks out a little bit, because people don't look like this. And I don't care how long you've been a Famulus. This is a horrific sight to see. And that wolf really doesn't want that smoke.
Yeah, the wolf is used to the other horrible things vampires do, not this version. Lots of Walking
This
Dead and
version is
ghosts.
so
That makes
unfamiliar.
sense.
The wolf just looks and goes, "Nah, fuck this."
This freak, I can't. This freak, I don't match. I don't. Here's the problem: is that we've got the harm compulsion, and as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of a situation of harm the prince or stab the wolf.
Well, maybe we can make this a little bit easier of a choice. As the prince turns to you and scowls and barks at you, do something.
Oh, I thought he actually barked at them.
No, he's like, you're clearly equipped for the situation. Like, why are you still standing here? What are you doing here? Do something. Or are you going to stand there gawping at me like some useless piece of furniture? I love you, Abby. I love you.
Oh, that hit in a very particular bit of lore. That
Well,
was not
Godspeed to the
very
prince.
nice and respectful.
He's crazy. He's just a crazy little guy. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Early onset dementia.
Right away, my prince. And he's going to start leaving, but accidentally run in a way where, oh, did I scrape your knee with my giant spike? How silly of me, before he tried to like move away.
Okay. Give me a dexterity and subterfuge. And you can add your specialty.
Yay! Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm at 2 hunger now. Oh, right. Specialty. And we're going to spend a willpower.
Okay.
Oh, right. I need to be careful with that. I forgot how low willpower I gave this guy.
Yeah.
I make choices.
You did. They're great choices, though. I love all of the choices you've all made tonight.
That's 3 successes.
Okay. It is good enough. He's just like, oh, it was an accident. As you move and twist, he is also moving. Because he shuffles along kind of carelessly, he winds up driving his knee further into your spike.
Owie.
Shame. Damn
Before
shame.
yanking
Sorrows.
himself back and kind of clutching the wound. He grumbles something under his breath, but is more content to let you get away from him.
Is the compulsion gone now?
Yes, the compulsion is gone.
Yay.
But we are going to to answer your question in private chat, Chazi. Yes, torture is always a content warning, trigger warning on all of our streams.
Just like double checking.
It's wild.
Context sold separately. But speaking of, we are going to quick check back in with our Gangrel emissary because everything's just popping off all at once. You see these individuals that are starting to move into Elysium. They don't seem to have noticed you just yet. What would you like to do?
There are options
There are
that are
many
very
options.
there are two distinct options that are fighting in her mind right now. Fight or flight.
And
Does she
you
just
are a flightless bird.
run away? Does she just run away like a fucking, wuss? Or does she get in there and bite some heads off?
You know what? Go ahead and give
And
me a
then
composure and resolve.
no.
Okay.
No, and then because then she remembers how well she was received in the city and how much she has been helped and how grateful she actually is. And then she orders her dog to tackle them and she rushes at them as well. If that's all right.
Okay. Yeah.
And in that moment, she also kind of tears her dress up at the side of the leg so that she can move better. And there's like little beads everywhere in the floor. Poor dress.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So you're just using your claws?
Right now, she's just using her claws. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's kind of what she has available to her.
Go ahead and give me a strength and brawl with your specialty, please.
Yeah. We'll do. That. Can I blood purge?
I'm going to say no on this one because you're just kind of rushing into the attack.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's 4 successes.
4 successes. You are able to easily tear into one of the men. He drops his shotgun as he shrieks in pain because you rake your claws against his chest, shredding through his shirt, revealing that this individual is not wearing any kind of body armor.
Sorry, darling. All right. That's worrying.
Now I need you to give me a Dex and Athletics, please.
Yeah. It's not great, is it? It's not great.
That is not a big dice pool for Elmo.
It's not. It's 2.
2. Okay. All right.
Wait. Never mind.
This is going to hurt. One of the other individuals who is part of that group levels his shotgun and lets off a blast.
I have a question real quick. Do I have to activate toughness or is it always active?
Toughness, you have to activate.
Oh, okay.
Resilience is always activated, but toughness you have to activate, which I believe if you wish to panic activate toughness, there is a survival roll that you can make.
I would love to do that. It's a terrible roll. What else? What other than survival is it?
Give me 1 second whilst I take a peek real quick. Let's see. It does not say here, but I have. Oh, where is that? Where is that roll? Go ahead. And I forgot this is actually homebrew on some tables, but we are going to go with a wits and survival.
All right. Oh shoot. That is 4. Yeah, 4 with a crit.
4 with a crit. Okay. Yeah. You are going to take 1 point of aggravated damage as the flames that leap from the barrel of the shotgun sear your left arm.
Ow.
So,
Everything is fine. We're fine. Everything's chill and so cool.
In the words of our eldritch deity.
while you contend with your now fairly banged up arm, we're going to pivot over to Orso.
Yeah. Orso is not built for this. He has turned off his heightened senses because there's gunshots and explosions going on, and we don't need to hear all that. And he is following after the dog because the prince is, where his priorities are at the moment. So he's gonna kind of watch, I guess, the herald go in the other direction.
Yep.
Like, that's an interesting thing to see. We'll deal with that should we survive.
And speaking of, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a 10-minute break for everybody to bio needs, refill on water, snicky snacks for their raccoon hands, and we will rejoin in 10 minutes. So
Sounds good.
go get yourselves taken care of.
Cool.
Welcome back, everyone. We took a little bit longer, but your storyteller's an old man and doesn't move around so well. What can I say? So, when we left off before our break, Orso was making a beeline to his sire, who, as the horrific form of the Chancellor Herald moves away from him and you approach, you see he's got a sizable wound in the side of his knee now.
There's more things to be dealt with after we survive this, not in the moment. Sire, I think it is time for us to go.
He looks over at you and gives a weary nod before kind of wrapping his arm around your shoulders to stabilize himself. As the chaos continues to unfold beneath you on the dance floor, there are more flashes of bright light as bodies fall to ash. I think we have some background sound from someone. There we go. But anyway, you are helping your sire away from the fray through one of the back doors and into the rear of the Rodin Museum, where there are the service tunnels, the loading docks, things like that. This is usually where the prince keeps his private vehicle for, well, just such an occasion. Though who would have had hunters attack Elysium on their bingo card for the year?
I wonder who. I wonder.
As you get to where the vehicle is kept, just outside of one of the loading bays, you see a large black plastic box. It is about 4 foot by 4 foot by 5 foot.
I don't like that at all. So I will leave the prince with Enzo, and then I will go check it out because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Excellent. So as you walk over and you open up the box, you see what looks to be a large cylindrical device, like two large pieces of pipe bolted together with a digital readout display sat atop it at the center. The digital readout is currently active. It looks to be a 10-minute timer.
Oh. And where is it currently at on that timer?
It is currently at 8 minutes.
Okay. He got 8 minutes. I can tell a bomb when I see one, so he's going to try to get the prince in the car and get away from the bomb. Like that's the goal. He can't do anything else about the bomb. So
Correct. So you go to move the prince into the car. Are you checking the car over, anything like that, or just getting into the car so you can get away?
He's assuming that since there's a bomb placed beside the car, there's not one on the car because that seems a little redundant. And he's hoping that that's the case, but he doesn't have any ability to check the car or know anything about things. Like he can look at a bomb and go, that's a bomb, but he can't like tell if there's one hidden away on the car.
Fair. Let's see here. So we are going to load the prince into the car. And this was not the thing that I was expecting to have to pull up today, but I know where it is to pull it up.
What does that mean?
It means exactly what I said. It was not something that I was prepared to pull up.
Surprise, Sade.
Oh, it's not in that book.
What book are you looking for?
Oh, don't worry about it. So,
How much damage does a car bomb do to two kindred and a dog? Answer is yes.
as you
Rip.
as you start the car, there does not seem to be anything out of the ordinary. But the air system kicks on. And your nostril is filled with the intense scent of sandalwood and myrrh.
Sorry.
As a strange red gas begins to emanate from the vents. I am going to give you one opportunity for a Dex in athletics. You can save yourself or you can save the prince.
Murder.
I
Well,
bring you murder.
Me and my 2 dice are going to try and save the prince.
Okay. Okay.
Even if I spend a willpower and try and re-roll that, the most I can get is 1 success.
Oh
So,
my god.
hey, we talked about there's a whole side of this sheet that we did not put dots in. Turns out Dex and athletics are both on that side of the sheet.
You attempt to shove the prince out of the car, acting quickly as you see this red gas begin to fill the car. Unfortunately, as stubborn as your sire is, and as injured as he is, and as sudden as this attack came, or so, what are your final thoughts as the red gas begins to slough cold flesh from dead bone?
It's something in Italian probably, but it is kind of this moment of ending where he is just, I hope someone gets that bitch.
And as we fade out on the scene in the loading docks, where Orso and the prince meet their end at the red gas, we move back inside to Elysium proper. Because Quick question, Doctor, where are you?
He had walked in, and he just kind of closed off one of the side entrances. So he's like still like in the hallway, but he's coming out to like where everyone is.
Okay. You are seeing bodies all around you falling, ashing.
Uh-huh.
There is the sound of shotguns. There is the sound of explosions. And you find yourself now standing at the end of a shotgun.
Uh-huh.
One of the hunters has taken notice of you.
Uh-huh. Has he said anything yet?
He has not said anything yet.
Fuck. Shit. The doctor looks at the shotgun and just like puts his hand on it and just goes, "Now what's this here for?"
You're just...
I'm
you're
trying to
just
start
like,
a conversation. I'm trying to get him to answer me.
okay. You hear the man growl, "You'll find out soon enough, Leech."
Cool. Dementation.
Okay, roll it out for me.
All right. I have manipulation, stunning. I have so many dice for this. Just give me a second. I'm so sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. Okay.
You have 11 dice.
I believe so, yes.
I need you to know that you can take half.
I'm going to take half so that way I don't.
So, what are you doing with your dementation?
I'm making him see his buddies as leeches. Making him kind of go insane and switching it. So that way he starts shooting at his friends. Giving him hallucinations.
This man is terrifying. What the hell did you make?
You...
Don't you worry.
As you activate dementation, let's see here.
He is good for controlling the battlefield. That is all he's good at.
Where are you? Yeah, as you activate dementation, the man looks around and just kind of starts whimpering. As he whimpers and crouches down, he lifts the shotgun under his own chin.
Yep.
And squeezes the trigger.
Yep.
Because you didn't just make him think his buddies were leeches. You made him think that he was alone amidst a group of leeches. This man crumples, smoldering, to the floor.
Did it look like there was dragon's breath?
Oh yes, it was in fact a dragon's breath round that he took on the chin like a champ. Curiously enough, you watch the body begin to turn to ash.
Oh boy, that's horrible. So he bends down to pick up the shotgun, and he just goes, "Good boy." And then he sees it start going to ash, and he goes, "That's not a good boy. That's not a good boy." And he just starts running with the shotgun.
Which brings us to Shihira. What are you up to?
Let's play a game, shall we?
Always.
Wild.
Okay. All right. The one that said that she was a blank body, right? The one that shouted blank body, that was the one that I ate, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, problem is, so she's going to drop the kindred that she exsanguinated down, and she's going to kind of You okay? You good?
Felbert, that is. I love your OBS. It is diabolical work.
Look, I gotta do something now. I can't roll any more dice.
You're so funny for that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
So you exsanguinated the one that spotted you out as a blank body.
So she's gonna drop it, and she's gonna kind of like poke at her shoulder. I mean, it's only one superficial damage, so she's like, I'll mend that later. It's fine. She's got the other 3 that she's got to deal with.
3 more, yep.
But they're all on the ground, right?
Yes.
They were all cut
they've
into.
They've all been dropped. They're not dead, but it's kind of hard to stand without your Achilles tendons.
Yeah, no, of course. They can't stand, they can't move. They could probably try to shoot at her, but I mean, yeah. Try that at your own convenience. See how well that works for you.
That's the funny thing. Cut deep enough into the wrist and suddenly your fine motor control goes.
Yeah, maybe if you angle it just right, she can move it for them. That's really precise though. Anyways, not what we're here for. She doesn't really do interrogation. That's not her shtick. But she's got to figure out what happened to those or what happened to that truck bomb. So with the 3 that she has on the ground, I would say between her throwing knives and her dagger, she's got enough knives for all of them to share. So she's going to crouch down to all of them, just a little bestial. And with each of the daggers, if she has enough throwing knives, she is going to stab them in each of their kidneys, like each.
You know what? I will say that you have a dagger for each kidney.
I was like, she has throwing knives. You would have to have multiple throwing knives,
right.
So those work. Those work.
They do.
And she's not trying to kill them. She just wants them to hurt bad, and stabbing the kidney hurts, kindred or not. And so she's going to stab each and every one of them, and she's just going to get close to every single one of them and go, so listen, I don't appreciate being shot in the shoulder. I came here to have a lovely time. Did you know that I actually wanted a henna tattoo on this shoulder? I mean, this was back when I was, back a different time, different me. But, henna doesn't work so well, so I was going to try hot glove. None of that matters now, but I really liked that shoulder. And I've had a no good, very bad day. But I'm feeling merciful. I can't take all of you in. And in fact, all of you guys are going to die, because that's just how it has to be. But no worries, we all have to die sometime. I'm just the arbiter of that. So I can propose you a deal. 2 of you are going to die now. Now, I can do it now. I can just choose between the 3 of you who's going to die now and who I'm going to take in and kill later. But I'll give you guys the chance. You guys can, I don't know, flip a coin. Whichever
As-
one of you guys have working hands, that is.
As you are monologuing, please give
Yeah.
me a dex in athletics.
Word.
Now you got me monologuing.
You sly dog. Oh, she's upset. Because Dex plus athletics.
Yep, dex and athletics. You will not be able to use your celerity on this one because they did, in fact, catch you monologuing.
They did catch me monologuing. Let's see. Dex plus
This is why Mother taught you not to play with your food.
Let's see. Okay, that's fine. Oh, my hunger's at 0. Oh, that's so good.
What's that like?
We'll see.
Oh, but
My hunger's also 0.
You're funny. I'm gonna read that though. 1 success. Okay, 4 successes. That's not bad, but I am taking the willpower damage.
4 successes is really good. It is not good enough.
Ah, fuck.
As a silver canister lands at your feet.
Oh, what's in this?
Shahira, tell me, what are your last thoughts as you feel the warmth of the sun on your face for the first time since your embrace?
Son of a bitch.
My angel.
Here comes the sun.
Thunder the best laser.
Oh, damn.
We are going to move back inside to our gangrel emissary, who is currently tangling with some of the individuals. Your left arm's a little roasty toasty, but you have managed to slash a couple of them.
In a language they probably don't understand, she tells Brim to go find her. And Brim is gonna try and run off and get out of the building. And she's just gonna continue to try and like block their way, so they can't come further inside. She's gonna slash at every single one she can find, try to make sure that they like not necessarily as mean as Shahira with like making limbs unusable, but more of like a going for the eyes, trying to get the weapons out of their hands.
Okay.
Getting as many as she can. And she's just going like at it, like just claws out.
All right.
Just
Go ahead
hissing
and
at
give
them.
me. Go ahead and give me one more strength plus brawl with your specialty.
Okay. Well, we are going to definitely willpower that. Because that was really shit. That was much, much, much better. I got just 4 successes. But that's better than 1.
That is better than 1. You managed to slash the eyes out of a few other individuals. You tear off balaclavas as you're swinging. One of the things that you notice with one of the individuals that you are grappled with is that this is very clearly a ghoul. And this particular ghoul is marked. Just behind the left ear, you see a stylized crossed sword and scepter.
Of course. Uh-huh.
But That's not going to matter for very much longer because I need you to give me a dex and athletics.
Okay. It's not great. It's really not great. Oh, here we go. Oh shit. Well, that's a messy crit.
You're going to join the rest of us walking on the sun soon.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a messy crit.
5 with a messy crit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give you the harm compulsion.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's a good compulsion.
You managed to dodge almost effortlessly. You managed to dodge what seems to be a even larger blast of fire than you thought was possible from these shotguns. Standing in front of you is a large armored man holding what looks to be a Vietnam-era grenade launcher that he is currently using as though it were a shotgun. You hear some of the men refer to him as Sicarius.
All right. Whelp. And he has clearly seen me?
Yes, he has clearly seen you because that bark of dragon's breath that was a lot bigger than it should have been was from his weapon aimed at you.
Okay, I'm giving up here, turning and running.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, is it possible to, like, in this moment just shape change into like a very fast animal? Just like run?
What animal were you looking at shape changing into?
Let's see. You know, dogs are pretty fast. Cats
Dogs
are
are
pretty
pretty fast.
fast.
Cats are pretty fast.
Should be a pretty like agile little one. The cheetah is fast in bursts. Leopards and stuff.
Birds are pretty nimble.
Birds are pretty nimble, but like with an arm that can't fly,
True.
well, I wouldn't know, but I think how about like I don't know, a lynx or something are pretty fast too, like a little.
So we are
I'm not.
panic shape changing into a big cat.
Yeah, just a big cat.
Okay.
Like a leopard. I think a leopard. I'm settling on a leopard.
All right.
It's gonna be a little odd in the city. Escape
So
from the city.
you're going to be limping no matter what you change into. So you do manage to change into a leopard, but your left front leg is just useless.
Yeah. Well, it's faster than my own 2 legs, probably. I'm guessing I need to like.
So
I do.
You do need to rouse.
And I did, and I don't get hungrier miraculously.
All right. So
yeah, she's pretty sure that all if not like most of the entrances are like blocked and people are pouring in. So
yep.
How big is and tall is this building? Is it like
this is
several floors or?
This is a fairly large building. Give me 1 second. See if I can't find. It is a 2-story building.
Okay.
And let's see if I can't find. Of course, you're never going to get any kind of like accurate specs for buildings like these because they don't want people. But anyway, The main entrance is a large set of what look to be almost cast iron or maybe bronze doors. Which that is the entrance that you are closest to.
Okay.
But there is a large force of individuals who are massing at the front entrance to kind of kettle everybody deeper into the Rodin Museum.
Okay.
So you would have to get past them.
Is this a kind of building that would have like a roof exit?
You would have to get to the service tunnels, the service corridors near the back, and there might be a ladder that leads to the roof, but you wouldn't know.
Okay.
It would just be a guess.
Okay. Well,
But the fastest way to do that is to go through the Great Hall, and that is currently having tiny suns set off inside of it.
Okay, she's gonna have. It's a long shot. Let's see if it's gonna work. I think she's just gonna go for the closest exit, and she's gonna try her very best to be an agile little kitty, big kitty, and try and like avoid everyone.
Okay. Go ahead
It's
and
probably stupid.
give me a Dex in athletics.
Is it the same stats?
3 dice, yes.
Holy shit, you're kidding me. Do you have any guesses to that? What that would be?
You tell me.
Another 5 successes with a crit. Messy crit.
5 successes with a crit. Okay.
Messy.
A messy crit, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So you are now hit with the paranoia compulsion.
Makes sense.
But that's not going to matter much longer.
I fucking knew it.
As you make a break for the door, you manage to evade shots from some of the individuals outside. But you feel this searing pain in your back after a loud, large explosion. And you feel as though you have been bathed in fire.
Oh.
As you twist around and see the Sicarius, who simply rotated, swapped hands, and fired off his China Lake again. What are Betty's last thoughts as the flames consume her?
I hope she's safe.
And with that, our Gangrel emissary's story ends in nothing more than an ignominious pile of ash. Oswald. My buddy, my pal, my friend. You have broken from the prince. Where did you go?
To be completely honest, he's just going to try and get out of here because fuck this shit.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to make a break for it, give me 1 second.
Join us in it's like there is no afterlife. Good for the served one.
So as you are making a break for the exit, your phone rings.
He would answer it.
the voice that he hears is one that is very familiar, dripping in more innuendo than many of the voices of his fellows. Mr. Gentry would hear the high-pitched, ultra-femme voice of the Ventru Primogen, Lydia Burke. I hear you're busy.
Were you able to hear the shotguns from all the way over in Lynch's bed?
You think I'd go to his abode?
No, he follows you around like a dog.
Just as you did, if I remember correctly.
Woof woof.
I am sorry, darling, but sacrifices had to be made.
And you
Thank-
couldn't have let me in on that? Have
Thank
I
you for
not been a
spreading.
helpful thing for you?
Oh, no, dear. You've already been replaced. Thank you for your
Replace?
service. Those
I'm
rumors about
sorry.
myself and Lynch.
Excuse me, replaced? We had a deal.
Click.
Fucking bitch.
I am altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it again. As the phone hangs up, Oswald, my dear,
Mm-hmm.
my wonderful, useful tool.
Uh-huh.
Can you go ahead and give me a wits and awareness?
Of course I fucking did.
What?
Fucking secret.
Yay!
Ew. 5 on a messy.
5 on a messy. So you will be gripped with the paranoia compulsion to start things
Great.
out.
Mm-hmm.
But it is going to lower the difficulty of your dex and athletics as you hear a high-pitched whine come from your phone.
The phone is a bomb.
3 successes.
The sound you hear is like one of those old flash cameras, the disposable ones charging up the capacitor for the flash.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that subtle click as you pitch the phone away as quickly as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And the phone, as it sails through the air, detonates. It's not a large explosion, but had it still been against your face, it would have been a lethal explosion.
Ah, that cunt.
As you are exiting the Elysium, you happen to also catch sight of the prince's SUV, filled with what looks to be a thick red smoke.
We're not going over that.
There are still explosions and gunshots that reverberate from the inside of the Rodin Museum. And as you run, you encounter a familiar face. For those of you that are unaware, the face you run into is one of Lydia's childer,
Oh,
a gentleman that is well known to the court, Aloysius Sexton. He looks at
Mhm.
you,
Godspeed, Oswald.
smiles, and says, "Follow me." It does not seem he has any malicious intent from the outset.
He'd follow. Spike's like primed.
The two of you duck down a dark alley a few blocks away from Elysium. He
Mhm.
looks you over. Are you hurt?
Luckily, no. Apparently, I'm lucky in that regard.
You hear the man sigh, and in Welsh he says, "Pity that," before grabbing a large hammer from behind one of the dumpsters and swinging it at you full force. Can I get another Dex and Athletics, please?
Oh, this bitch.
This is wild.
3 successes.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of dice I hear.
It is a lot of dice. Okay. You look up in enough time to see this large wooden mallet careening
Mhm.
towards your face.
Uh-huh.
It connects with you, drives you into the brick wall behind you.
Mm.
What is Oswald's last thoughts as he is mercilessly broken by the hammer? Y'all seen Gallagher before, right?
Mm. What are his final thoughts? I think it would be cursing Lydia right now.
As your final thoughts, cursing everything that Lydia stands for, hoping that her plans fail miserably, you hear a small voice, like a custodian, slowly turning out each of the lights. The bargain is made. The deal is struck. Your wish has been recorded. And the very last thing you can smell is the scent of warm blueberries and honey. Before the last light turns out and you are no more.
Guys? Guys?
Now
Uh-oh.
it is down to the doctor. But you have,
And there was one.
you have a shotgun left, and that's about it.
Okay. So there's chaos going on right now, correct?
Oh yeah, yep.
Just pure
People
chaos?
Pure chaos. People are dropping like flies. It seems as though the hunters have Abby. I love it. Never change.
Oh. Oh no. Oh. All right. The hunters, do they have like face masks on?
They've got like balaclavas on.
Cool. He's going to use Fata Morgana to create the hallucination of basically having the hunter's outfit on him with the mask. And because he has a shotgun, if that's allowed, it's technically hallucination, and he's only making it sight.
Okay.
And because he has the shotgun, he's going to look like one of the hunters. And he's trying to leave. He is leaving.
Okay.
Pretending to be one of the hunters to get out of the building without being shot at.
Go ahead and give me your roll for Fata Morgana.
Okay.
I also need a rouse check.
Okay. For the Fata Morgana, if I take half, which will be 5, will that be enough?
I'm gonna say for this one, yes, it is enough.
Okay.
You are effectively disguised as one of the individuals that is attacking Elysium.
Okay. I hope to God that I do not get hungrier, because then I'm gonna start bleeding. I'm fine. I'm fine.
For now.
For now.
As you rush out of the building, you are also encountered by that large armored figure that you have heard others refer to as Sicarius.
Uh-huh.
And he looks you over.
Uh-huh.
And he pauses for a moment before you hear the communication device click in his helmet. Does the sun shine?
Is he asking me?
Yes.
The sun shines on us all. Demontation.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Will my take half be enough?
No.
Fuck! Okay! Alright! We're using the pool of 11. Let's go! I don't want a blood surge. Okay.
And
I'm going to use a willpower.
I do need another rouse check for your dementation as well.
Okay. Okay. Let me do a rouse check. It's 8 successes, but let me do a rouse. I'm bleeding, but it's fine. I have a mask. But that's 8 for dementation.
It is not enough.
Fuck!
And you hear the large man go, "Worry not, brother," before you see the China Lake rise and the flames begin to emanate from the tip of it. Go ahead and give me a Dex and Athletics, please.
My specialty applies?
Let me double check your specialty. Yes, your specialty will apply.
7, 8. Will taking half 4 be enough or no?
No.
Okay.
Taking half will only cover his crit.
Is this true faith in any way?
For the shotgun? No. No, this is a man with a shotgun.
No, I know that's a man. This is a man with shotgun, but I don't know if the damage will be because, or if there's other things because of true faith. Because I can.
Nope.
Negate that.
This is straight up Dragon's Breath.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use another willpower to re-roll that.
Yeah, this will be your last willpower.
No, I have one more after this.
Okay, I must have miscounted.
Yeah, I have one more. All right. Nope, it's just 5 successes. But if that
Okay.
covers the crit, then I'm just going to be very hurt, but at least I can still run.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I count 10 successes with a crit.
Okay. And then taking away with the 5. So that's 5 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
It is fire damage straight to your chest.
Okay.
So it is all aggravated. It is
Okay.
5 aggravated damage directly to center of mass.
Okay. So
And
that
if
would
I
not.
am
Yeah.
reading your sheet correctly, that is, you are at least in torpor.
Yes, I would be in torpor.
So
Not dead, but torpor. But I suspect that once I hit torpor, he's going to do it again and ash me.
can I have the doctor's last thoughts as you fall to the ground in torpor, and before the light fades, before that darkness settles in, you see a massive boot rise.
So with my 3rd dot in the cobweb, I can have my voice once per story be a voice that resonates throughout the entire cobweb.
Correct.
So for his quote unquote last thoughts, he's going to use that to go out into the cobweb. And he's going to say, if you are a Malkavian in the Philadelphia court, or a Malkavian anywhere in Philadelphia, get out. It is not safe. I am sorry I was not a better primogen. Violet, it's on you.
Oh, that stings. So we're having our very own Obi-Wan moment.
Yep.
The order has fallen. Don't return to the temple. That time has passed. There is a voice that comes to you as though it is easing your passage. It is that same pastel pink, cotton candy flavored voice that you have heard all night. Your vision is filled with pink glitter. There is a soft gentleness to it. And as the boot comes down, what does the voice say to the doctor?
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memory.
And with that, the boot comes down. And so ends the unlife of the Malkavian primogen. Now, we close out our scene at this Elysium massacre. And our camera pans over across the city to the Comcast tower. Inside of a penthouse apartment at the top of the Comcast tower, hidden away from all eyes but those who know the best, there is a bedroom, a bed, a man, and a woman. The woman has just received a phone call, and I will let her take it from there.
It turns out you will have to be paying that bet. My over-convoluted plan was successful.
The man pipes up from the bed. I still think it would have been easier to just bomb them all in their havens.
But not nearly as foolproof.
So it's done then.
Oh, yes, I am quite assured that everything is complete.
Well then, my darling, all hail Prince Burke. And with that, we will close out our scene. Thank you all so much for coming out to our very special Christmas Elysium one-shot. It was so much fun. Give a big hand to our players. They were such good sports letting me kill them tonight. Join us all again after January 10th when we will be resuming regularly scheduled streams. We will be back from our holiday break. And remember, just because we play monsters doesn't mean we can't be the light in somebody's life. Have a great night, and we will see you again soon.